Welcome to Nicaragua. Nicaragua, wow. I have a lot of thoughts about this country. First of all, I had just been in Costa Rica, so I thought going up to Nicaragua would really not be that different. Not true at all. Yes, of course, there are similarities in this part of the world. Like, things move a lot slower in Central America in general. Both countries, there's more of a laid back vibe, etc. But I would say Costa Rica had a lot more liveliness. I think there's a lot more tourism there. And Nicaragua is actually the second poorest country in North America behind Haiti. I flew into Managua and got picked up by a LinkedIn contact of mine who drove me 2.5 hours down the coast to a little town called Toya, where I stayed at one of the most luxurious hotels and resorts you could possibly stay at in Central America. Welcome to the Rancho Santana. This resort, for the most basic, smallest room, is like 700 USD per night. It's very high end and very ironic being right in the middle of one of the poorest countries you can visit. But obviously there was high security, there was a really nice staff, the rooms were beautiful, and you're right on this beach that's just absolutely gorgeous for surfing. I ran every day on this beach. There was this beautiful rock-like structure that I ran toward every day, and it was just magical. I really enjoyed the ocean. If you're a surfer, Rancho Santana is a great spot for surfing. They have multiple pools, they have multiple hotels within the establishment. The hotel I stayed at was actually called The Inn, and it had breakfast until 2 p.m. at this little cafe right on the water. So you walk out, it's absolutely breathtaking. They had really good food. I loved the anejas, this Nicaraguan acai type bowl thing. I loved the coffee. Staff was great. There's another restaurant there as well where you can order fish and pizza and anything you want. They always have fresh juice. It's a big thing. When I got to the hotel, they gave us fresh passion fruit juice. Love the juices. And we went swimming and we hung out and ran around the resort and checked out the different spots, and it was just beautiful. I definitely am very grateful for the service and everything that I experienced at this hotel. It's also a ranch. They have events. It's very high end. It's good for networking. I believe that they just installed a gym, and they also have their own garden where there's some footage of us here walking around the garden, and they grow their own food for the restaurants. Wellness. Health. Health is wealth.
I'll get some of this chili.
Ooh, chili. Over there they have casitas you can rent, which reminds me a lot of camp, summer camp. Because these ones aren't on the water, these are a little more back into the wooded area.
Rosemary.
Rosemary. Now I want rosemary bread. So service was super great. I honestly could have just vegged out and stayed at the resort all weekend, but I was not gonna let that happen. So we went out into town and we had a lot of fun. We actually drove one day to San Juan del Sur, which is the capital. We went to the beach there and rented dirt bikes and ATV. I rented an ATV because I can't really handle a dirt bike, but it was fun. The locals are just so nice. There's really not a lot of crime in Nicaragua. Everyone's friendly. Everyone is just really easy to get along with. There is a big culture of expats forming there, and we saw a lot of them, especially in San Juan. During COVID, I believe Nicaragua was actually one of the only countries that was free and open, so it attracted a lot of expats, and there's people living down there who definitely come from English-speaking countries and speak English. But yeah, it was a good opportunity for me to practice more of my Spanish, and I had a lot of fun. We also hit up another local spot called Romanzo Beach, which is great for surfing. Some footage here, good bite to eat. That was a fun time as well. I will say it was just eye-opening to see the way that people live there, and it was also very bizarre going back and forth into town when we would take trips, and then just arriving at this like beautiful resort that's like, you don't feel like you're in Nicaragua, you know? Like it's so high end. And the rest of the country, I mean, people are like handlebarring bags of food. I saw one guy like handlebarring on a bike what looked like his grandma. The bugs are relentless. The way that people live, like their houses are small. They don't have air conditioning. It's just a very eye-opening experience to go to these third world countries and realize the ways that we live in America and the things we take for granted. Like, wow. Costa Rica was similar, but Nicaragua, yeah, I have to say the same thing. It was just really amazing for me to count my blessings, and also just so beautiful that I got to stay at that hotel. So special shout out to Rancho Santana, and thank you for the hookup. If you want to go to Nicaragua or Central America, definitely this is the place to stay. It's luxurious.